This is HPJ here in our day. So, today's session is session 9, which I will be talking about. So, really on my experience with the I do apologize because there is recording along the way. I'm trying to get perfect. So, I do apologize if you don't see out of sync. Um, because I'm trying out stuff for my browser here. As you see in the corner, have my icon off, Harpie alternate art, and when it's not when I'm not speaking, is the Harpie with master image. What kind of helps you guys to know that? I don't have a VC. It's very complicated. People are very expensive. So I try to find free ones, but those still have paywalls. Yeah, I think I'll just stick to it. But yeah, there was a lot of things that I wanted to talk about. Just the different things that I've dealt with, but my experiences are um, dealing with dealing with a lot of content creators, if that helps you. A lot of people have a lot of their own. Some are good, some are bad. We've all been through. I think that a lot of people. Let's move on. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be okay, as things what's already been said and done has already been right there. And a lot of this stems from just the fact that being a content creator has not. I know for a fact that how I did this week, both of them, and then you move on. Basically, because you chose not to, or you chose for certain, you end up getting blocked. These are things that have happened to me for multiple people, whether it's yourself or whether it's a group of people. Um, that always means and I am going to be 100%. I know I can. People who make comments and posts and things about I don't think that's fair. Especially if the connotation I think they have been done and just the fact that you're targeting. I've had that several times. Um, I remember uh, one incident on Twitter where myself, from a teenager, has had an exchange with tons of words with basically posted in connection. Well, I only ended up knowing because I've never heard of so that there. There was someone on Twitter that was sharing other people, small content creators on. Uh, I never really tagged posts. I guess it was about that's not around and they've been around for a while, but they haven't. I believe Paul was the one because I never met him. I have never heard of him. Up until so it was like, oh well, I didn't know there was a group of other African American content creators. Because honestly, I didn't know too many. Oh, honestly, I didn't. And there was conversation about the game. And this would lead into why we have interested. there isn't a lot of representation on things for LGBT players, players, for not the same. Of certain things, and he was very upset. I guess he was very taken aback by it. No one else is experiencing it. Like she asks about my pregnancy, didn't put some their opinion or expressing parents if you didn't like it. I don't really know. Oh, not trolled. I don't really know. Like, multiple people as being bigger my DM. I'm sorry that I said something. And all very, I just feel what he said. Because I'm pitching on I think about this was very in episode one, like I said. I my first impression was positive, but just find out that this helped me. Let's see. Oh, first, but you that's just happening. Like a couple of the other ones I can mention too, like Lithium, um, Gas Random. I named a couple more. Those are just the ones that I know off my head. But mind you, different things that did us interact with a lot of people that their fans or their like style, you know, a couple of seconds. So a lot of people are very upset. Called me the essay on that. That was article. I don't remember really exactly what it said. Like, it was, oh, because I didn't busy playing Pokemon. Something like that. It was really nasty. It was like something. It was an essay. An essay, essay, an essay like Sonic Adventure. And I was very divided. And that's just one of the new experiences. Other, other one, of course, the Omega Capital or had an idea. And I remember I see how I think this version of the tag, and I was like, I've seen any better version. It just now seems like I've seen Harpie. It was about the Harpie that profile these Harpies and troops and pick up. I had burned it. And then you haven't seen it. But they're only recognizing I'll be at a casual. That's it. Yeah, to that. The arguing man that I didn't know was talking about. I'm like, no, that's what you were talking about because I do the research. But you don't have to believe it if you don't want to. And then it was a comment of head up or get away. And I was like, wow, this is how you treat people. I hate to see how you treat that nothing. I'm here. He was very was I didn't end up blocking time. But I wasn't going to learn like it was also the fact he didn't have Harvey. Dallas Harvey was around. I just don't so very obvious I was starting to have Yo, that guy started on this channel, not one, but multiple. And it's like, how do you not know that Dallas started some bad cockroach night comment? Dallas is always bad. I know that. That was nothing but fully car monster. That, yeah, very upset. Because I wasn't the only one in the comment section addressing it. It was tons of them. They were relaxing doing it. And it helped me. They're like, wow, I can bully this one person. Yeah, yeah. I'm telling you, there's a lot of people that are adding to it. I see a lot of people coming to my comments about things. I'll have to block. I told a lot of people, I don't make it. I mean, have to sit in your own comment section. You can talk on a section of the Twitter or the Instagram or the Facebook. And you tell them, you know, how people Twitter have said countless of times. I have no complaints about this thing at the that um that's why a lot of people I have to block because I'm like, look, I am not here for the childish game. You have issues with this game, cannot you? And I love to have Harpie play. And look, I think another instance that that's um please, please, yeah, please, but please invest it. Just have never have no totally no have happened. Had a conversation. This is where like I think that's algorithm concept that you had to have about that 140 hours and um I had voiced my opinion. So uh, I basically you know some of us are just coming back to this going on and you know I guess I asked for some a small bit of resistance in the next channel, but I still wanted to see what this was. Because of course, everyone is 100% priority to hockey baby, and hockey deck, and hockey art. And it's this whole, you know, it's nothing. And you just think hockey stuff, and I'm like, well, that's what I do. So that's what I've always done. I'm surprised you someone who said to help you asking you, hey, how do I get better? What it says that I know stronger. And it was the comment of, you need more variety on your channel. I'm like, okay. Then people like, oh, well, I don't watch one that was a video that I was about. I was like, there's more videos on my channel. For sure, just click. There was feels with you. But that was another reason I did it. It was off. The channel is just so all over. Oh, my channel. I have the checklist and everything. And I know that I don't understand what you're talking about. I love having every person. Just don't have this many. You don't have things going. So it's a lot of it that take time to pop off. I didn't reach 100 like if that's a hurry, like it's a now you can continue theater. So I have, I've done everything there. I've been watching videos. Obviously, I think top. So honestly, it's not nothing I can really do because I've done everything that I could. I remember even asking this to some call me Johnny when I was um, in this Q&A session. But then it was just a whole thing of I don't think because you know what I go through on the earth are very honest. Are anything so like I know but it's, I want to just say that I say it comment thing because I was asking how do I do how do I deal with this? I didn't have a lot of people. I did have people that have me like hold on. Okay, maybe it's just the audio better. Okay, it seems to be a lot better. But yeah, at the time I was really trying a lot of stuff to security. So it did take a like it was training. I was training. I wasn't really getting this big amount of people to come watch. Then I found out because Twitch is lying about a lot of what's going on, but I'll get to that a little bit later. But yeah, I was very much dealing with, I stream, I post when I stream, in people's Discord, because some people have a Discord where, if you're streaming and you have content, they want to support those who have content. Those are the people that I follow, and Johnny was one of them. And during the Q&A session, it was like a couple of months, it was like a year. And I remember saying, I've been back to streaming, because there was a lot of things that were, heavily that I was doing. I was taking advice and everything, but it just doesn't seem to be working. My numbers were extremely low. For some reason, Twitch was not counting my numbers. I had I had the skills and everything from both Steam, Twitch, and then I was even making sure I had record of my own stuff. And just no one was watching the stream. No one was paying, and it was funny because I say that no one came, but then this is what Twitch and this is what Twitch and Stream Labs were telling me was you have X amount of people watching, but the X amount of people in your chat don't count to the X amount of people watching. And when I addressed this with Twitch tried to pretend that I didn't know what I was talking about. I'm like, but I'm showing you what I'm seeing. This is what you guys are showing me. This is what your algorithm shows me. But this is what I'm seeing when I'm. This is my chat log. This is the amount of people that are in my chat. And they're like, oh yeah, well those don't always count because of how long you stream. I'm like, well I can stream for 2 hours and still get the same results. So what are you talking about? And Twitch never responded to. Or the Twitch support never responded about that. It's like, and this is part of the reason why I stopped streaming is because when your algorithm, because my algorithm of numbers count for the people that are watching me, why the people in my chat not counted for those who are viewing me. I had a lot of people viewing me. I had my mods and stuff that were there when they came by, and they weren't even counted. And if I were to stream right now, and I did it for about 2 hours, I would literally only have one viewer, but I'll have 5 or 10 people, 15 or 20 people just in the chat. And it's like they say, no, that doesn't count. You only had one viewer. And still to this day, I have no reason to help with it. And I remember bringing it to Johnny. Johnny was like, you just have to constantly post and post. And I was like, dude, I did that for 8 years. I was doing it for 2 years and stopped because it was going on with some personal stuff that happened. And when I came back, I was still showing the same numbers. Actually, I don't even remember the counting. in when I was streaming that year. When I started streaming was about 2017. So it was only a 2 year gap between when I streamed again. Because I thought when I just got my laptop, I was just testing photo laptop. It was very, very hard to try to get through that. And, trying to mitigate the middleman was very hard because it streaming is a whole different beast than just recording. If I can record this, put this online, and then, have it be posted. Whereas if I were to live stream, I have to make sure the connection is right, the game audio is fine, I have to make sure my voice is heard, and the background noise is picked up, and I have to interact with everyone, which I did. I did everything that I was, that I seen on YouTube. I went looking for instructions and stuff, but none of this stuff worked. And I'm at that point, I was really at the point where I was ready to give up, but I kept trying and trying. I kept doing streams, I kept scheduling streams. I let everybody know that I stream and I'm, available, what days I'm available for, but nothing was really working. So, right around the time I got sick, it made it worse. When I got sick early in 2023, and remember I had to have a raw water removed, I had my extraction of my teeth because I had infection in my teeth. With 2 teeth, the top of my mouth. One was dying, one was on the verge of dying. They wanted to cap it, but because of the pain, the tooth had to be extracted, so they had to. It's perfectly fine with me because I was already like, I know they were coming out. I was ready for them, so I come out. They popped up, sucking it out. I gave them their money, and I was good. I do have there was no side effects because there was going to be side effects, like dealing with sinus problems. It kind of sucks too because towards the middle of summer, the beginning of summer, probably through the summer of 2023, I got sick. Heavily sick, and it was horrible. It was really, really horrible. Hopefully, not on wood this year. I don't experience any amount of bullshit. Never really know, but not on wood. But I do very well. But this time I won't be streaming, so that will be a good condition. But I'm not gonna have that additional. So trying to do a live stream, trying to everything added. And I think at a point that I just decided that live streaming is not for me. I'm gonna move. Do I ever go back? No, because of how things work. I just don't feel like it was time for me to go back. And I don't think I ever will go back. I did at least one thing. I did archive my adventures and things that I played on my channel. So that way, I made the second channel, as you guys know. I made the HPJ Twitch Archive. And then the Twitch Archive is watching HPJ plays an archive. So in case I ever did want to go back playing games, I will eventually just do it on the channel, and I would just stream it there, and then whenever I had stream it over, I still get the basis of it. So whenever I record on OBS or Streamlabs, I keep the recording, I'll just make it, edit it, put it, well, I don't edit it. Those streaming videos, you can just go on to the archive channel, where they can be archived, and I haven't really touched the archive channel because I don't really have like close subscribers. So I just left it where it was, and it just turned into this. I haven't, like I said, I haven't touched any of the games or touched it because unfortunately, I left off at the beginning of Platinum. I think I was just getting to Hard Home City. So I'm basically 2 badges in. I've already battled with King Galactic twice. Mars and Jupiter. I think Saturn is next. I think I beat Fontina, so I might have 3 badges. Because you could progress until you defeated Fontina. in the our home cities. So the platinum is different from diamond. Or that so that and that's so yeah, I really just did not get the chance to finish going through the Sinnoh region. I said at the time, I got and that was part of the reason why I ended up canceling it. I could have went to another game. I could actually did go to another game, just unfortunately. I had to make sure that the timing and effort and everything into it is right. Once everything is right, then I make consider this popping up the laptop and being a good recording session. But unfortunately, guys, yeah, did not see the finish of Platinum version or going into Heart Gold Soul Silver. I think at that point I would have played Soul Silver because that's one and a couple of others that I left from the game itself. I do apologize if people were expecting um, Heart Gold Soul Silver Platinum playthrough. I do apologize because how streams were going and streams weren't giving me anything. I decided to just go ahead and not do it and cut out. Um, it was a good run, like I said, but it wasn't worth the mental, physical, and emotional stress that I was. Yeah, there's a lot of reasons of things. Um, I mean, I can talk about what's going on with Digimon now that people um, will have my attention. So, recently I have started playing Digimon, the card game. It was about a few years back, because I think my first child that was the Yellow Heaven, the TK and Angemon were on the cover of that. And then as the game progresses, so I started picking up more cards. And I was like, I really want to invest in playing the card game. Because of course everybody knows I play Digimon. I play Yu-Gi-Oh! So um, I didn't invest anything in Vice Lord, but even though I would love to play card Captain Sakura, I think because of the community and things, Vice Lords is one of these favorite things. I decided to put that. And then I went into Digimon, and yeah, I've not had a good time. I want people to understand what that's like. It's basically kind of similar to the Switch of PBS, where I don't want to feel like I'm spending a whole bunch of money on something, and then it's just a big ass thing. And I told many of my friends um, that right now I just can't do Digimon because I spend so much money, time, and effort building decks, and none of them have gotten me a win. I have ever since I got back to Oakland and I had a store to go to play cards. I have not experienced, I have not gotten one win in a tournament, and I was wasting money just trying to do something. And at that point, I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna have to step away. And it was the best. I think it's honestly just the best decision because it doesn't. One of the things where I'm not gonna be mentally, physically, and emotionally stressed. Having to deal with so much. I know a lot of people will probably be, you know, that's it. Because I don't get views or nothing on my Digimon content. Most of my Yu-Gi-Oh content. And it's crazy because it's been almost over a year or so now, and I've done just as much effort into Digimon as I've done for Yu-Gi-Oh! And crazy enough, in Pulse and Dragons, but even then, I don't think I really have done Dragons. But just trying to develop things there. So it has been a hassle to just maintain while also still trying to keep things together. Um, just keeping up with everyone. I don't, like I said with you, I don't build meta. I'm just building things that I like if I like it. It was ironic enough that when I built Mastermind was being at the time. And it was very difficult to really contribute to Mastermind. Especially considering that there wasn't much I could really do it. Like I wanted to. And just being told, oh yeah, your deck is really slow, and I'm like, well, I know my deck is really slow. I'm sorry that I didn't spend X amount of money on something that you guys have. I didn't, I don't have kind of an experience with Digimon like you guys have. And it just at a point that just broke me. And I was just, and I told my friend Gary, I was like, I can't do this. And I made this whole big post and just let everybody know what for me. You know, I want a double typhoon stuff. And I was like, oh, we should play the double typhoon. And I was like, I can't even get through the pre-release of BT15. Like, my number of wins is 0. I think we have a problem. And I'm just like, it's probably me. And they're like, oh no, it's not you, you're doing fine. And I'm like, no, I'm not. And I'm looking at my record, I'm looking at my stuff, I'm building that everyone else is building, and I'm still not doing it. And at that point, I just said, it's fine. If I'm not getting any results, I'm not going to push or not put more effort into this than they already. And at that point, I had just decided to just go ahead and walk away from Digimon for a while. I have not been in a Digimon tournament the end of February. So it's been about a month. I haven't done any tournament recaps. I've done deck profiles. I was currently working on a deck profile, funny enough, for Lugamon. And then, unfortunately, that's not working out well because I'm missing cards from Lugamon. So I can't build Lugamon because I don't have rookies. I don't potentially have enough of the stuff to play overall for the deck. So yeah, I just eventually just don't play it anymore. Um, so that's it's not that I didn't quit. It's just that I'm not gonna waste individual time for for the deck if there's just nothing to benefit off of. And if I'm not benefiting off of it, I'm not even getting the win or stabilizing something, then I'd rather just go away from it. Yeah, that's why I just is better off doing that. And then at that point, when I realized, I was like, yeah, man, like, I'm just really bad at the game. I just accepted it. Right? And it's like anyone to really be upset that I just, I said that I was good at it. And it's okay to say that you're not good at it. And just, move on from it. And that's pretty much what I'm at the moment. And yeah, it's just how it is. There's nothing else I can really say. Because I tried everything that I possibly could. I still at least want to build the Lugamon stuff, but I can't because the Lugamon deck needs so many pieces. Like, I need the Lugamon for BT14, but because when I bought my 4 boxes of BT14, I only pulled one Lugamon. That's the stuff that I pulled. Excuse me. It was, all the stuff that I got from, what was it? Just the vaccine stuff. Like, I didn't even pull, I pulled, like, 3 holy Angelon Inks, and I only got 1 pull off. And then I pulled the Angelon, but I don't even want the Angelon if I can't have a set. That costs like almost $100. And no, legit, it's like $100 because I'm actually looking at it right now. The Angelon stuff from sorry, my computer had a bit of I'm also gonna close some of my tabs things going on. But yeah, the Angelon from BT 14 Blastoise. It dropped. I mean, it's not by much, but it dropped. Currently right now, because it's a secret rare, it's like lowest price is $9. Market price is like $10.50. And that's not the like alternate art full one. The alternate art version. The alternate art is like $21. The Holy Angelon A's or Magnet Angelon. from the same set because that also has an alt art. The alt art is like $17. Market price is $8.50. Um, while the super rare version of it, the non-full art, decently enough, is like $5. And I picked those up real quick as soon as I could because I have a set. Room for a set in Digimon that's like 4 other cards, as opposed to um, having Yu-Gi-Oh's 3. So Yu-Gi-Oh has the 3. Most other cards don't have the 4 unless the card is limited, semi-limited, or banned. In which cases, in Digimon's case, it's restricted or banned. Luckily, most of the stuff that I do have into it though. I did try to play Yellow Hybrid, but then without the multiple um, Jet Pokemon, Yellow Hybrid has a lot of. Well, I didn't even think Yellow Hybrid tried to play Yellow Hybrid. I think it was trying to incorporate the Marcus Damon engine, because how good the tamer setup is for red and yellow is thanks to the factors that come from Marcus Damon in Shining Greymon in the Shining Greymon line. That was something I was trying to incorporate, but then it was just too many engines. You know, I don't have Marcus Damon, so I really can't speed up the process of the Greymon. There's only one proper Geo Greymon, and even then that's a hassle itself, because that Geo Greymon is limited to one. But you kind of see, yeah, like there's a lot that has to go into it, and it's just tired. I got that out real quick. Trying to do a lot of it, and you know, now here I am attempting to try to put my mentality and my personal energy is just so off and time and trying. It's just no, I'm just I just want to do that. And it's a lot. Like I tell this to a lot of people. It takes a lot for me to want to do something. And when I put my energy and my all into it, it just feels so like unless I get something out of it, it's just very exhausting at the end of it when you don't have nothing. I have nothing. Like I don't have a win. Like I looked at my record, and my record is like 0 and like X. The amount of the losses in times I participate. So yeah, it just really sucks. It really does. And it's funny though, because I told a lot of people, like, I have an easier time playing AI than I actually do people. So I guess it's just an introvert thing. It is just how it is. I just have to, walk away from it. So yeah. Then what else does it? What else? There's what else is it? Sorry because I'm going to. This is so many emotions, so I have to deal with these emotions. And it does feel good to exhaust at least. So then going into that, there's the Yu-Gi-Oh side of it, because I have how the Yu-Gi-Oh side. That I stick to just one deck, I don't see issues as regards to it until I just start posting things, and then everyone and their mother wants to act like my parents and how they do things, and not how they say. Because like I said before, I've had it unfortunately with some with me YouTubers, well, content creators, and a lot of just the trolls and stuff on. I've had a lot of Harpie players that I've had to block and remove from the channel because they were very pissed anti about this. Look, this is how I built the deck. I enjoy how I play it. I'm sorry that some things just don't work out because everybody's decks are different. Everybody's decks are different. Some things work for some and some things work for others. And, I try not to step on toes. If they come into my lane, if you can tell me how to run the show, you can't run the show. I run it, and I do what's comfortable for me. And you guys know, because if you know, 'cause I'm not gonna name those names, but trust me, if you know, you know. And yeah, we do get a lot of them. And if I'm not dragging up that stuff. But yeah, and then I had a lot of issues where I did try to build meta, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I don't have the mental and emotional capabilities of dealing with PCG players at this point. I don't. Like, I'm probably gonna sit there and just okay, you know what? I am done. I need an emotional break. I remember times I whipped out my Game Boy and was like, I'm just gonna Game Boy. Like, you can go ahead and do your 15 turns. Okay, I'm just gonna sit play Pokemon for like a minute. Oh, it's 7 o'clock. Sorry about that. Yeah. But no, I just really got to, I'm good. I'm good. I'm just gonna go and just play my game. Why I sit here and have to wait for you to finish your 15 combo. Of whatever you're trying to do. Because yeah, you guys ran to the point where it's like, yeah, I know where I'm just stuck. I'm good. I have to play anti-meta. I do own, what was it? What do I own? Did I own, what's the name? What's the clears? Oh no, these are actually those are the box tops. But no, I actually do um, I'm sorry, that was 50%. I was playing, I did a video earlier on Wandery, and someone was like, oh, you did that? You only added those cards because it's buffers. And I was like, I don't know what it is. I'm sorry that your little life is understandable. I'm just doing this because hell. This works well with my deck, and it's a counter to things. And it was like, oh, well, I don't see you pitching the ladder, Point Dexter. I didn't. So, yeah, there's a lot of things I'm just like, alright, I'm not about to put up with this. Go put this energy to something else. Controlling basement power. I was really sick. And I get that a lot from you. And I get the game players who want to and want to play devil's advocate. Look, you're playing the children's card game. This is what I'm playing. If I'm not sitting in your lane, stay out of my. And then I have a lot of people who are just negative just like I have people in my comments like, why are you playing this? You just quit. And I had people who were like, you should just shut up and die. I was like, yeah, this is what I go through. This is what I do. This is what I do. And it really just depends on which bucket of bullshit I end up doing. I end up doing the bullshit from this end, or the bucket of bullshit from that. Sometimes, I guess I'm just rolling my dice today. It'd be like that. Yeah, it just leaves that. And then, I've never had a good group of Yu-Gi-Oh players. I think that I, usually have this. I think at a point in time, my friend group started falling out. I just was like, yeah, I think it was definitely just myself from all the things. And all the things I did that. It was one incident where, with a friend that I didn't have. So I'll talk about this. But I want to address this. A lot of people remember around this time, about 2019. I had a fallout with someone who I thought was my friend. Really all I got out of it was haircuts and a friend. So I guess that was something to do, but not really because I was told that this person who I know for years, who I, tried to have a friend, was not my. There was conversations about me back, um, was, telling all these people, like, what is, from what I was told, was that I'm only friends with you because I felt sorry. And I said, well, if this is a pity party, I don't need a pity party. I want friends, not pity party. And the whole reason why this escalated was because something I posted on Facebook and on Instagram was not about me. But that person felt like didn't need to want it to be about him. But I significantly know it is about him. So that's the smartest thing to do, But to be very honest, I was at the point of I was already going through enough time with this person, and I felt for a while that when things came to the light, because the person doesn't know that someone told me things were going on behind my back that were not cool at all. Right? And and this is something I trace to why I said it earlier. I can't trust too many people. Too many people don't have the best interest. And I feel like this person did not have the best interest, although I did give this like a good portion of it. And I called the person, and I was that sort of thing. For telling me that friend, you shouldn't trust him. You know, he's just a clout chaser. All these negative things, even though I didn't believe in him. But and then when I started to experience, people were telling me, you are just a clown, and you are just, if you don't fit my image, then I get rid of you. And I was like, I'm not going to be part of that crap. And I'd already looked at previous friend as was. So to have to do, no, I was not going to do it, and I was not going to connect. So about this time a few years ago, um, we had a fallout. It was basically because of what I wrote online. He was very upset about it. He called me all these nasty names. He said, all these nasty. I can repeat them. I don't mind. Because Michael, you said it, and I have the receipts of the receipts, and it was very nasty things. You said. So what Michael said was basically, my friends don't like you. My friends, you're volatile. Person you like stirring the pot. And I said, well, who are these friends? Because I don't know who friends you talking about. Because if these are the same friends they told me, my back, you, then I can use to be violent. I let a lot of people know, did your friends talk? Said a lot of things. One of your friends even told me that I shouldn't get this thing. Because there were a lot of things you had said about me. I've never said anything negative about it at all. And then I found out someone was lying on me, saying that I said to you, and that the post that I posted on Instagram, Facebook was not about it, but they took it there. And I think at that point, that's when you realize some people should realize that people are not your friends because they're willing to say things behind your back. And then they're willing to stir the pot so they can make themselves support and it's still good. Because the cloud chase is real. And I'm not going to support anyone who's cloud chase. Cloud chase. So when that initial interaction said, the Virginia was dropped, and there was conversations that were had about the situation, and at a point, and Michael had not spoken since, we had not spoken. There was a couple of things that and then I did at least try to reach out to Michael, but things were just not, things didn't work out like I thought they would. Shame on me. Shame on me. I'm you. just think that we were friends and we were not. And no, the cloud chasing was real. And I'm not going to be a part of that. I'm not going to be friends with someone who does not genuinely want to. It puts me in situations. No, if I don't feel comfortable with things going on, and if I address the things that are going on, then I'm going to hold my tongue. I'm not one of those people. I'm never a yes man. And that is another issue speaking. So, yeah. And there are a lot of other things that I think I'm not going to say because when I get called a petty bitch or if I get called a bitch. You called me. You know what you have. It's really that's what how Michael did what he wants to do because when Michael can do this, he's gonna but it Joseph does it because Joseph's calm, Joseph's pettiness, being malicious. And I was like, you know what? It's time for me to walk away. And I'm okay with that. And I did. And I'm glad that I was able to address it. Because he's already told his side. So it's only fair to say that I can. And a lot of my friends were like, it's okay, dude. It'll be fine. It's worth it. There was an interaction of things that I didn't know was going on. I don't really know back in Sacramento in 2019, where he told people to not talk to me, not speak to me, don't interact with me. And a lot of people were like, why would you say that? Why would you do that? And it was simply just because of, like I said, the cloud chasing me. If you wanted to confront me, you should have confronted me. I did nothing wrong to still do the thing. That's fine. And, and that was part of the reason why for years I didn't talk about it at Subliminal. I think just those who knew was going on knew. But now it's all out in the open. I said it. And I'm glad I said it. I'm glad that I told one side of the story. Because I don't feel like it was fair. Nothing was ever. And it's actually really close to someone who you thought was your friend for years that you were friends. And we were not. And that's what hurts me. And now I can heal and move on and just be good with it. Because, you told people that too, that, I don't have any friends. And if I died and had a funeral, no one would show up. Okay. So, just, I really want to say what I really want to say right now. And I'm not going to say it. That's really mean and petty like you said. But I'm not going to. But you know what I can say. And I'll say it with no hesitation. That is a good couple of years of stress relief. And I'm so glad I got that. I'm so glad I saw it. And I am done with it. And if anyone comes to attack me, bring it. I will stand on my own and I will defend them. Because that's what people do. I know so much drama for children's party. Ain't it crazy? But, yeah, I've been through a lot. But I've been through a lot. So, alright, everybody. I'm basically done with today's podcast. And it has been a relief. And a lot of that weight off my shoulders. That's true. And you know what? I'm still here. So with that said, thank you everyone for don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I have this section. I'll have section 8 posted as soon as I possibly can. And I'm still working on the Red Show profile. They're still coming together. So with that, pretty much said, thanks everybody for watching. My social media links are in the description box below. You can hit the subscribe to the channel for more content, hit the notification bell to be informed when I upload more content to the channel. Thanks everybody for watching. I appreciate you all being here for this emotional roller coaster of a podcast. With that said, HPJ,